Hello everybody. Today I will be completing the math calculator section of the October 2021 SAT. This will be the last video for the October 2021 SAT exam. As always, this section will be timed. I have my stopwatch right here, and I have my calculator on the side to do calculations when necessary. Okay, so we could begin. Okay, let's 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, the mass of a piece of wood is 10 grams. The volume of the wood is 12.5 cubic centimeters. What is the density in grams per cubic centimeter? So we want to do the grams per cubic centimeter. Density equals mass divided by volume. So the mass is 10 grams and the volume is 12.5. So do 10 divided by 12.5. That should give you an answer below 0, so it has to be A without even the calculator. Number 2. The box plot summarizes the number of seats in the U.S. House of Representatives currently allowed to each of the 50 states. What is the median number? Well, the median in the box plot is a line in there, in the box, so it's 5. A calf, the offspring of a cow, weighs 62 pounds at birth. The calf is expected to gain 2 pounds every day for the first 2 years of its life. For this period, which best not as well, it's not decreasing. Now the question is if it's exponential or linear. Well, it's linear because look, the calf is growing at the same rate per day for the first 2 years. So it's growing. So let's say on day 1, it's growing. Let's say it was 62 pounds, right? So 64, and then it'll be 66, and then it'll be 68, and then it will be 70, and then blah blah blah, whatever, for until 2 years. So 720 days. So then, yeah, it's gonna keep going up at the same rate though. So that's why it's linear. Exponential would be like 64, 70, 80, whatever. It's keep going up and up at a constant rate. 4. Which of the following graphs in the xy plane represents the equations in the given system? Well, we have 2 negative slopes, so this one's positive, this one's wrong. Okay. This is positive, this is wrong. Okay. So we have a y-intercept at -3 for one of the lines. Okay. Then we have a y-intercept at 7. Yeah, okay, maybe B looks good. -3. Yeah, this one. Okay, it's the same thing. But in terms of the y-intercept, okay, so let's see, negative. Okay, let's plug in a point. That's a good point. What does they intersect here? I can't see that. It's hard to see. Okay, this goes. Yeah, it's this. No, never mind. So here we have a point here. -6, 0. -6, 0. Okay, let's plug that in to one of these. -1/2 of 6 is -1/2 of -6 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So that might be the line of the y equals this one, -1/2 x minus 3. And does it hit? Yes, it does. So that looks good. And then this one. Yeah, I think this is right. This one is just. I think it's D, because I verified that one with a point. And then this one, okay, let's take this point. -3, comma 8. Let's plug in this one. -5 times -3, 15 minus 7, 8. Yeah, it's D. 100% D. Okay, if 6 times x plus 4 equals 36, what is the value of x plus 4? So we could substitute this value, because we see it right here, right? We could substitute it for a. So it'd be like 6a equals 36. And just as you solve for any variable, you divide by 6. So a is equal to 6, which means that x plus 4, because we said a is x plus 4. X plus 4 equals 6. That's the answer. For a particular cross, each point represents a heart rate. Okay. When the skier's height was rate was 85. Okay. Which of the following is closer to the difference in liters per minute between the skier's actual? So this one, right? What is his difference? So it's gonna be like what? If I were to say 1, 2, that's what, like 0.5? I would go with 0.5 as the best, yeah. Oh, it's the only one that's not below. Well, yeah, it has to be A. Because if it was 1, it would be right bottom here. And these ones just are above it, so it does make sense. Number 7. Data sets X and Y show the acidity or pH of rainwater samples from 2 different locations. Which statement is true about the mean of data set X and data set Y? Well, okay, so 5.50. Well, okay, so let me see. This is pH X and this is pH Y. Mean. Well, we could calculate. Okay, let's calculate. Let's be like. Oh wait, 5.55. Let's see. Okay, 5.5 plus 5.5 plus 5.6 plus 5.65 plus 5.66. That's that value. 1, 2, 3, 5 values. So divide that by 5. 5.582. 4 plus 5.5 plus 5.5 plus 5.6 plus 5.65 5.66. That divide that by 6 values. So the median of the first one is bigger. The median of X, say. This one would give you a mean of 5.6, and this would give you a mean of 5.3. Number 8. The function f models the length in micrometers of a yeast cell of a certain strain t minutes after completing cell division. 0 is less than or equal to t, which is less than or equal to 30. Okay, what is the predicted length rounded to the nearest tenth of a micrometer of a yeast cell 10 minutes after completing the... So plug in f of 10. F of 10 is equal to 0.025 times 10 plus 10.3. So let's do this. 0.025 times 10 plus, oh, that's, yeah, 0.25 plus 10.3. 10.55, so 10.6, I would say. Rounded, and this is predicted length, so that's okay, good. What is the best interpretation of the number 0.025 in this context? Well, it's the amount, the predicted increase of length in micrometers for every minute in time. Predicted length. No, this is the y-intercept. This is 10.3. Predicted length of yeast cell each minute after complete. Yeah. No, wait. Yeast cell each minute after completing. I think it's B, but yeah. Increase in the no, it's not 10. Increase in macrometer of yeast cell each minute after. Wait, so. Oh my god, I picked it wrong. This is the predicted length. It's the increase in the length. Yeah, because each minute goes up by that much. Yeah. It's D, sorry. That's why it's good to check all those choices. Ivan plans to save up to $5 per day. The graph shows the possible amounts of money Y in dollars he saved after X days. Which ordered pair represents a possible amount of money? Okay, 1850. I mean, that's possible. 1275. That's just not possible. 800. That's not possible. 125. That's not. I think it's A. This question was weird, but yeah, I think it's A. Because it's the only one that matches closely, I guess, yeah. Line P is shown in the XY plane. Line Q9 is shown as perpendicular to line. Okay, it says perpendicular. Okay. Line Q9 is shown. Wait, line P is shown in the XY plane. Line Q is perpendicular to line P. Oh, so this is line P. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Let's find the slope. We have this point, and we have this point. So this is 0, 1, and 1, 0. Let's do the slope. 0 minus 1 over 1 minus 0 equals negative 1 over 1, which is equal to a slope of negative 1. So it's going to be y is equal to negative x plus 1. And now the perpendicular, the line Q, will have the opposite reciprocal. So the opposite reciprocal, negative 1 over 1, but take the reciprocal of that. Opposite reciprocal, so change the sign to. That will be 1. So it'll be a slope of 1. Y is equal to x. But then what will the y-intercept be? Let me think. Could we plug which of the 5 points lies on line Q? Y minus y1 is equal to it. But yeah, and also, which of the following points lies on line Q? Okay. So negative, it's going to be like, it also passes, going to be something like y equals x. Okay, negative 1, 0. So if it was 0, negative 1, right? Line Q not is perpendicular to line P. It also passes through. Okay, so if it was line P, let's say it would be like, we would approximate like what? Let's draw a sample line here. That looks right. There's nothing wrong with 0, negative 1. 0, 1. I think that would be too steep. It's not 0, 1. 1, 1. Where's it draw like that? No, I think this is the best. I'm going by. I know there's another way to do this. It's not this one. Negative 1, 0. I mean, if it was negative 1, 0, then I would go with that. But no, I don't. The thing is too steep. Y equals x. Yeah, and then which of the following points lies on the line? Y minus y1. let me try this. How much time we got? Okay, we gotta move. Wait, y minus, let's say if we're to plug in this one, y minus y1, so y plus 1 equals the slope 1 times x minus 0. Y plus 1 equals 1 x minus 1. Yeah, it works. Okay, so yeah, I think it's B. Y equals x minus 1. Yeah, it works when you plug it in. Yeah, I think it's B. The function a of 10. Which of the following is the best interpretation of 10? Well, it's the initial value of the initial mass of the certain radioactive isotope after at T equals the initial mass. Yeah, I think the mass of the graphs. Wait, number of seconds. Okay, it's not this one. It's not this one. So, yeah, when T equals 0, the y-intercept, I think it's A, yeah. You cannot say after 30 seconds, because after 30 seconds, it's going to be 5. So, it's going to half. So, it cannot be B. In the figure, lines L and M each intersect to line K. Which of the following is sufficient to prove that lines L and M are parallel? Well, okay, W equals Y. Those are vertical angles. That's not sufficient. W equals Z. This angle is congruent to this angle. That means that they're corresponding angles. So that which means that these lines must be parallel. So this is correct. X equals Y. No, this is wrong. These are 180 degrees linear pair. So that's wrong. X equals Z. No. No. If it was something like X is equal to this one, or Y is equal to whatever variable they had here, it would work. 14. Dataset X and dataset Y are displaced by the two. Which of the following are the same for both data sets? The mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Well, the median. Yeah, the median is the same, right? It's 25 because we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the median would be at like the addition of 3/4 value, but we have the same point. So it's going to be 25. So 1, 2, 3, 25. Same thing for 25. So the medians are the same. So this is wrong. This is wrong. So we're stuck between this one, the mean. Okay, we have 21, 22. So we have 22, 23, 25, 25. So 50. And we have 28. So let's find the mean. 56. So let's do this. 20, 22 plus 20. I think there's a faster way to do this, but I'll just go with this right now. 50 plus 56, 151, and then there's 6 points. I don't think the means are the same. There's no way. 21. Okay, so I found the mean of the first 21 plus 24 plus 50 plus 56 plus 29. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, they're not the same. Nope, they're not. So it cannot be. They're not the same. It's 2 only. In 480 BCE, the population of the Persian Empire was approximately 49.4 million. So this, okay, I'll turn this into equation. So 49.4 million was 44% of the world population. Divided by 0.44. They want the population, right? Okay, so 49.4 divided by 0.44. So it's 112.3 million, yeah. Because we have 49.4 million, and this was 44% of the whole the world population. So we're multiplying this and then just divide it. 16. A scatter plot shows 12 values, in which of the following is the best interpretation of the y-coordinate of the y-intercept? So it's 6. For a value of x equals 0, no, y-intercept is x equals 6. For a value of y-intercept, x has to be 0. Again, wrong. For a value of x equals 0, yes. C. The graph of the equation where q is a constant. What are the coordinates of the point at which the line crosses the x-axis? So when the point at which the line crosses the x-axis, right, the x-intercept, that means that y has to equal 0. So let's plug that in. 4x, and then we solve for x because the x-intercept, plus 3 times 0 is 0, so it equals q. And then we have 4x equals q. Divide by 4. Ignore the 0, like it was never there. So it's q over 4. Commas, yes, b. Okay, next. It took 20 minutes for a jet to climb from a starting altitude of 10,000 feet to a final altitude of 30,000. So the distance was 20,000. So we could use the formula distance. I'm pretty sure this is a distance equals to a velocity times time question. So the distance is 20,000 feet, right? 20 minutes from 10,000 to 30,000. And then the rate we don't know, or the velocity we don't know, times 20. We could solve for the rate. Let's go. 20 divided by 20,000. 1,000. So the rate or velocity equals 1,000 feet per minute. Okay, if the jet climbed at a constant rate, what was its altitude in feet? Okay, so it's a constant rate, right? So the velocity is the same. So now they're asking us to find the distance. So d equals to 1,000 times 14,000 meters, or feet, sorry. (19) In the equation above, b and c are constant. If the equation is true for all value of x, what is the value of b plus c? So let's FOIL this out. Okay, so x plus 2 times x plus 2 x squared plus 4x plus 4. Then this has to be multiplied by another x. So it will be x to the third plus 4x squared plus 4x has to equal x cubed plus bx squared plus cx. So x cubed matches with x cubed. 4 has to equal b, and b equals 4 because the x squareds match. So b has to equal 4, and then c has to equal 4. So b and c are both equal. B plus c, 4 plus 4 is 8. 20. In a given function, okay, x is a positive constant. I mean, let's say it's 1. Okay, so if we were to be like, let's flip this, negative x plus 1, then 1 plus x. So these are, the graph should be inverted to each other, right? So the asymptote they're inverted. The asymptote here has to be negative 1. This one looks good, it has an asymptote. This one, no. This one, yeah, it's good. This one, no. Okay, now if we're to plug in, let's say, point negative 2 plus 1, let's say x equals 2 plus 1, 2. Okay, this one gives you, when you plug in value for x, it gives you a negative, so I think that's the answer. I think it's A. Because you want an x value, you want the x values to be negative, because here at the asymptote, all the x values are negative here. So I think it's A for that one. But then let's see this one. 1 over. But this one goes positive here. And then this one's in the positive y territory. No, I don't think it's C. I think it's A. 21. A circle has a center C at 1, 1 and radius 2. Which of the following is the equation? So we have a center. We have x minus 1. We have to do the opposites. Squared plus y minus 1 squared is equal to the radius squared. The radius is 2, so 2 squared is 4. D. What is it like? So we have, okay, 90, 30. This angle is 60 degrees. So that means that this, when you have 30, 60, 90, this side will be 5 root 3, and this side will be double the side of this, of x, because this is x root 3 and this is 2x, so 5 times 2 is 10, so AC is 10. A function f has the property that if point A, B is on the graph of the equation, then A plus 1, so this is saying for every x value that increases, y increases by 1/3. Or y plus 1. So let's see, for every x value that increases, well, that means that 1/3 has to be the growth rate, right? Because we're multiplying it. So y is 1/12 over 12 here. Yeah, I think this is correct, right? Because this is the only one that has the 1/3 growth rate. This is 3. No, because for every increase in x equals 1, or for every increase of 1 in x, that means that the y value should be 1/3 of it. So yeah, this is correct. Yeah, it has to be B. It has to be. Okay. Yeah, okay. Next, 24. Approximately 90% of the volume of an iceberg lies below the surface of the water. If A represents the volume of iceberg that lies above the surface of the water, and B represents the total volume of the iceberg. So A is the volume that lies above. Okay, wait. So if A is the volume that lies above, A, but this is 90%. We don't use the 0.9, so it's because it's below it. So how much will lie above? It's 10% of it. So A equals 0.10 of the total volume to find the area of the volume, to find the area of the amount of the iceberg that lies above the surface of the water. So it's 0.1. Because again, if you were to imagine, okay, let's say, I'll do this out for you. Let's do a box. Say this is the iceberg. If we're saying that 90% of the volume, so imagine 90%, right? This is 90%. Then this is water here. This is the surface of water. This, we're still gonna have left over this 10%, and this is the volume above it. That's what it's asking for. So it's also good to draw out things. In 2007, how much were we at? 2541. We gotta speed up a little bit. 2007 ratio of money collected in 8 states, so let's say 8, to Florida is 11 to 8. What is the if a total of X dollars was collected, what is this value? Okay, we could call this whatever, A, B, whatever. Let's just call it Y. So that means that 11 over 8 is equal to X over Y. We're solving for this part, okay? So that means that 11y equals 8x. Divide by 11. So 8x over 11. Say. Data sets A and B are summarized. Each data, what does it say means is true? Okay, it says the mean again. So to find the mean for any frequency data set, you do the value times the number. So 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 3 is 18. 30 plus 18 plus 12, that's 60. So 60. And we have, okay. And we have the same number of data sets. So if this equals 60 also, then we have the same mean. So 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 4 is 20. 6 times 3 is 18. 7 times 1 is 7. 20, 32, 35, 41, 42, 60, yeah. They're the same. So the means are the same. And the standard deviation is basically how compacted or the spread of all the data values are. So if we had, like, for example, say whatever, and then we had this one will have a greater standard deviation because it's more spread out than this. So you see how this is more spread out than this? So that means the B has a greater standard deviation. They have the same mean, but the standard deviation of A is greater. No. Standard deviation of B is greater. Yeah, it's B. Okay, 27. Which was most data shown? So it's gonna be like something like this. Or something like, it'll be like an exponential. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Y equals. Okay, so let's find a point. Actually. Okay, we got a good point here. 3, 2. So plug in here 3 squared 1/2. No, wait. 3 squared 9 times 1/2 4.5. Okay, so definitely not gonna be these ones where they have the growth and you multiply by them, because that's gonna be way above. So we're stuck between 1/4 and 1/2. So let me see. Plug in another point. Well, if it was between 1/2 and 1/4, 1/2 looks like 1/4. I mean, what if we're to do this? 1/2 x. Let's see this part. I mean, you could do this anyway. I don't have x squared. I'm just trying many ways you could do this. So at 2, I graphed down my calculator. So at 2, it's 2. I mean, let me see, y equals 1/2 x squared, right? Okay. So at 2, 4.5. That doesn't. That looks weird. No. Yeah, it cannot be C. There's no way. Because, I mean, also, what happened to my mouse here? Yeah, it has to be D. Because, I mean, look, I also graphed it just to make sure. If you were to plug in, let's say, 3, right? We have a perfect point here. 3 squared is 9. 1/2 of it, no. It's not gonna... It's gonna be 4.5. 1/4. Take 3 squared times a fourth is 2. I think 2.25. That's the much closer bet. 20 minutes, okay. Which of the following has a maximum value of m? So, okay, maximum value means we have a negative exponential function, but it also has to be, because if we just say, let's say m, okay, this is wrong. Yeah, this would be wrong too, because this would just be at 0, right? We need something to shift it. So yeah, it's C, because this is shifting it up units. Quantity is decreased a quantity, so let's say the resulting value is x, so x is decreased by 45, so 0.55 of the value. Let's call that v. What is the original, so the value? Okay, so just solve for v, x over 0.55. Yeah, it's b. Okay, 30. The area of the mountain island educational is 3 square miles. What is it in square yards? Okay, so 3 miles squared, 1 mile. 1 mile squared is equal to how many? So if we square the miles, we have to square the yards. So 1760 times 1760. That's 30997 600 yards squared. So this is wrong because this is yards squared without multiplying. So 3 times this will give us that. The ratio of students to teachers in a high school is 18:1. So students, teachers, 18:1. The school has 105 teachers. How many students? So x. Okay, so it could be like 18:1 is equal to x to 105. 18 times 105. 1890. Right? I think that's correct. 32. In a given equation, b is a constant. If the equation has no solution, what is the value of b? 2. I'll tell you why. 2x plus 7 equals bx. So we want the x's to cancel out for no solution. So then it must be 2, right? And I'll show you what will happen then. 2x minus 2x. This will cancel. You get a value 7 equals 5. Is this true? No. 7 is not equal to 5, so it has no solution. So b has to be 2. There are a total of 1,000 4-digit numbers from 1,000 to 99. If one of these numbers is selected at random, what is the probability the number is greater than 1499? Well, okay, so greater than 1499, that means 500, right? Because 1999 minus 1499 is, we want greater, so that's 500 out of a total of 1,000 4-digit numbers. So yes, the total. So that's going to be 1/2. The solution to the given section of equation, what is the value of x plus 2y? Okay, what if we were to negate? I think I know how to do this. Negate, or put this as negative. We get 3x plus 4y is equal to 35, and negative 2x minus 2y equals to negative 15. This one you get x plus 2y, okay, right, what we want, equals 35 minus 15, 20. So it's 20, because x plus 2y, which we want, is 20. So the answer is 20. That was the simplest way to do it. Or you could have just solved for x, solved for y, and then do it like that. Then that would take longer if you don't have time. We have 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, plenty of time now. If C and D are the two solutions of the quadratic equation above, what is the value of C plus D? Okay. Let's see if I could factor this. X, or you could graph it. Maybe I'll graph it. X squared minus 3x minus 14 multiplies to negative 14 and 2, 3. Is that factorable? I think that's factorable, is it? Okay, I don't think there's an easier way to do this. The sum of solutions is equal to, wait, let me see if I can just graph this then. 2x squared minus 3x minus 7. Graph. Okay, well, you can graph it. Then let me see my window. Zoom fit. Okay, so let's do this. The window x max has to be, let's say, 10. Okay, so I have my two solutions here. I'll just use the x and the 0. Delete that. Wait, but then what is it? It gives my values in decimals. Wait, this is weird. You actually have to be kidding me if they do this in decimals. Okay, let me see. Negative 1.2655, and then the other one is at 2.76564. Okay, so it's the same. Okay, that's good. So then we do 2.76 minus 1.2. I get 1.56. So let's just say it's equal to minus these 1.5. 1.5 is right. That was weird, very weird. What is the sum of the solutions? Because it's the same thing, or you could just do negative b over a, to be honest. I did that in the previous video. Wait. Yeah, you cannot be like negative 2, 5, negative 2. No. You have to multiply them. X squared plus, well, okay, x squared plus 2x minus 5x, that's minus 3x. X squared minus 3x minus 10 is equal to x plus 2. Minus x minus 2. X squared minus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, we could factor this actually. X minus 6 times x plus 2. So the solutions are 6 and negative 2. And then the sum of it, 6 plus negative 2 is 4. or you could have just done negative b over a. So negative times negative 4, the b value, over 1. 4 over 1 is 1. The table gives the age groups of the total population of women and the number of registered women in the United States in 2012, okay? Okay, in 2012, the number of registered women was P%. So the number in 2012, the number of registered women voters, okay, 81. So 81 was P%. So P out of 100 of the total population of women. What is the total population of women of 122? Divide by 122. Get 0.663934426 equals P over 100. Multiply by 100. Multiply by 100. So 100 times this. So then we get 66.393. So let's just say P the value of P to the nearest whole number. So 66.3 to the nearest whole number will be 66. If a woman is selected at random from the total population of women ages 45 to 64 years old, so we're in this group, right? What is the probability of selecting a registered women voter? It's 30, isn't it? So we have the total, right? The total population of women. It's 30 registered out of the total, which is 42. You do not add them up because this is the total right here. So it's 30 out of 42, that's it. So then it's going to be nearest 100th. So what is that going to be? So that's going to be, I have 0.714. So to the nearest 100 will be 0.71. That's it, right? How much time we have left to spare? 7 minutes. Okay, yeah. This calculator section was not bad. Was there any of them that I had to overthink or kind of no, I think we're good. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good here. This one was weird, but I verified it with that. Yeah, I think we're good. And we have plenty of, if you did this as quick as me, you should really check your work. This is 0.8 linear, 5, yeah, I think these are right for the most part. 0.5, yeah, the increase, yeah, these are right, yeah, hopefully they are, yeah. Okay. Approximately 90, yeah, this was the 0.10 because, yeah, it was above it, I explained it. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is the end of the SAT math calculator section for the October 2021 SAT. I'll see if maybe I'm gonna film or upload another in a couple of days, another SAT or physics regions or something like that. I'll see. But thank you for watching.